I'm Kory Lambert, and I'm going to teach you how to do nose slides. You're probably going to need to know how to ollie. So to ollie, it's just a jump on a skateboard, and it's like the basic trick to do any trick in skateboarding. It's like a starter. The foot placement for an ollie, or a jump on a skateboard, is pretty much, you're going to want your back foot on the tail of the board in a comfortable position, probably matched up with the edge of the board, which is probably the most comfortable. And you want your heel to hang out just a little bit, because most of the popping is just going to be with the toes of your foot. And the front foot, depending on where you want, or the height of the ollie, is probably around the middle of the board, or up farther. Me, personally, I put my foot a little behind the bolts when I do my ollie. And then what you're going to want to do is pop the board and slide this foot up a bit to level your ollie out in mid-ollie so that it levels out, and then you're going to want to land your feet on the bolts for best effort. Alright, once you have your ollies down and you can get them pretty high, you're going to want to start out with a lower ledge. Me personally, I've been skating for a while and I can do a ledge higher than this, but this is about like a perfect height ledge to do nose slides or any other grind or variation trick on. So once you have your ollies pretty good height, or at least the height to get onto a ledge, to do your nose slide, you're going to want to pop an ollie normally, just like you normally would. Except when you do it, you're going to want to pop and turn your body, like turn your shoulders, because that helps a lot with the spinning of an ollie, like kind of doing like a 180 on a board, which we'll save that for another time. But you kind of want to shove your back foot out that way, and at the same time bring this foot back this way, so kind of like you're doing like some scissor kick if you were playing guitar or something on stage. And then you're going to want to pop that board, shift out, and take your front foot. When you slide it up, you want to slam your front foot onto the ledge so that you get into a nose slide. And then keep your weight balanced so that you can slide across the ledge, like as far as you're going to go. Probably you're going to want to start out with a little bit less of a distance until you get them really good and you can balance a ton. And then once you're getting out of a nose slide, you're going to want to take your back foot again and shift your body out to land like that. You want to land back the way you started, parallel against the box, because in skateboarding, that is the cleanest trick. Alright, some problems you could have when doing a nose slide is that you don't quite pop a high enough ollie and you don't quite make it onto the ledge, or your balance isn't that good and you kind of like get into it just a little bit and slip off the ledge, which that's a very frequent thing that happens to me. Or, well, one of the basic things you do in skating when you're going to skate like a new ledge or something is you wax it with a candle, crayon. There's professional skate wax you can buy at skate shops, any of that. And you wax the ledge until you get it's really slippery, and your board will slide across it really good. But since this is my fireplace mantle, obviously it's not going to slide good. So that is another thing that can happen a lot, is that you pop a very good ollie perfectly into the ledge, you get in, but you stick and your board doesn't slide at all, and you're just like freaking out because it happens a ton. So you just want to re-wax your ledge, make sure that it's really slippery and good for your nose slide or tail slide, whatever trick you're doing. Another thing that is frequently happened is that you either lean forwards or something and you kind of slide it, but you only slide a little bit because you kind of stick to, or you're leaning back too far and your board slips right off the ledge and you kind of fall backwards or something. Or you're either leaning too far to one side or something and you either slip off the ledge or stick that way. So that all those different kind of things can happen lots of times. Another problem that happens with nose slides is that you slide the thing perfectly, but you don't quite turn out far enough. So when you get off the ledge, you kind of land like this, or you don't even slide at all. Like you slid so fast that you just land 90 degrees. That is another frequent thing that happens a lot, and that sucks. Alright. Now, nose slide is a very fun trick, but you can make the trick more fun by doing either variations into the trick or out of the trick. Some of my favorite variations are either going into a nose slide normally and landing fakie, which would just be getting in and turning your body and landing this way instead of just turning out the normal way, which would be sliding and landing up this way. Or you can do a shove out, which would just be doing a nose slide and then the board shoves, but you still land this way, which is pretty easy, but a lot of things can happen with that too, where your board sticks and you don't quite get it far enough shove, or it doesn't turn all the way and you get like halfway or something like that. Or you can do like kickflip into it, which is pretty hard. You just have to flick your foot like you're doing a kickflip and pop just like a normal ollie, so that you flick and land a normal kickflip, but then you just do it into the ledge, which takes a lot of practice. You're going to want to look up some other trick tip because I'm not too good at those.